What is up, people of Dorkston? We are here today after E3 to discuss a special game in my heart. I'm a big fan of them. Today the game is Spider-Man PS4 because that's the title that we're given. I'm sure the title's been changed, but Spider-Man PS4 is what it's called. Insomniac Games is developing it. They are the ones behind Spyro, Resistance, and they are also working on the newest game they have, is Song of the Deep. They are publishing with GameStop, I believe, and I'm curious to see how that is. It's a little downloadable game, but they are working on tons of projects right now. They are very, very busy with Ratchet & Clank just relaunching, and you know, with the Song of the Deep with GameStop. How do they have time to do Spider-Man? Do you think there's a big enough team there to get Spider-Man done? I mean, the footage we've seen is great. It's phenomenal Spider-Man footage.
The games that Insomniac always puts out, they're good.
They are good games. Like
they're detailed, story driven. They haven't made a bad game in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah, they have good games.
And I think since Marvel is working so closely and they're Insomniac's with Sony, they're going to put a lot of time and effort.
Yeah.
They're going to make sure it's a great game.
Speaking of which, that's a big discussion point to talk about, is the exclusivity of Spider-Man. A character so big as Spider-Man, it's almost like, he's a big mascot. That's a big character. And to make him exclusive to PlayStation, how do you feel about that? Like, do you think that's unfair to the Marvel fanboys on the Xbox consoles or the Wii console, Nintendo consoles, no NX or
as much as it hurts me to say, because I'm a Sony guy. I haven't played too much Xbox, but they do have some of my favorite exclusives on there.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's actually, for an overall, I think it's going to hurt Marvel in the long run.
But it'll boost Sony.
Yeah, it's going to bring Sony. It's going to bring that brand up.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, it's a good call for Sony, of course, to snatch the stuff. And it's actually surprising because it happened so fast. We find out that Disney Infinity's canceled because Disney wants to go into their own back to publishing games with other companies. And then we get Spider-Man PS4 at E3 less than a month later. It was a little shaky there, Disney, with your business practices, but I think it's a good deal for Sony. Like I said, I just don't know how Disney operates their businesses, because I mean, they had to have this game in development at least 2 years at this point before they showed it. From what we've seen, because the game looks great. I mean, graphics are amazing. Speed.
The teaser trailer, graphics.
Yeah, everything was great. So there had to be some sort of they knew they were canceling Disney Infinity before, months before, maybe years before they canceled it. So I mean, I don't know, guys. That's just my opinion. But moving on, gameplay-wise, like we were talking about, this looks like a much more violent Spider-Man, at least from what I've seen. I mean, I don't know about you, but he was pulling people out of buildings, explosions were happening, car crashes, goons with guns. Which, I mean, Spider-Man fights people with guns a lot, I mean, it's normal. But, I mean, it just seemed more violent, more mature-rated Spider-Man.
Well, I feel like this day and age in this generation and all that, I feel like everything's kind of going back to how it really was. Like,
stay true to the comics.
Like Batman, throughout, like when Batman originally came out, it was dark.
Yeah,
it was very dark.
Yeah, and that's the appeal of Batman too, as well.
But then they wanted, to appeal to the whole PG, kids, so they tried to soften it up, and now you're starting to see everything kind of take that turn back to
original source material. Yeah. I think so. I think it'll be great. Do you think it'll take on a full-fledged M rating like Batman did with Arkham Knight, or do you think they're just going to stick with the teen and just try to keep it teen?
Well, like it's because Spider-Man's a teen.
Yeah.
He's a teenage superhero. But no, I think they're going to go down the dark path. That's going to be more mature content than
more mature Spider-Man.
children's.
Yeah.
But
I see that.
I don't think it's gonna be like crazy out of the
No,
box,
no. I could see it like getting an M rating, just like Batman did, for minimal over-the-top violence and just little things. But yeah, I agree. It's gonna be a good game. Speaking of which, villain-wise, rumor has it, based off what I've seen and what other people are saying online, looking at the goons, I see Mr. Negative villains as the villain, the big villain. I'm not sure what storyline they're going to go with, but that's the big villain I see, is Mr. Negative as his first villain.
That's what all the talk is online now, that everyone's guaranteed.
It's almost,
Mr. Negative.
But is Mr. Negative a ruse, and is it going to be an Osborn, a Green Goblin sort of thing, where Mr. Negative's sort of portrayed as this big villain? But
I think they're going to go the route with Mr. Negative. It's a different, new villain than what people are used to.
Right. And this is not, just to confirm, this is not a tie-in to the movie. This is not a tie-in to the comic books. This is Insomniac Universe Spider-Man. This is their take from the ground up, from what I've gathered. And that's potentially interesting as well from the Marvel side, because having Insomniac create a universe for you, potentially in the comic books, if they did a multi-dimensional travel, they could go to the Insomniac Spider-Man verse and have stories there. And I think that's a great opportunity for Marvel as well, with Sony, to open up that possibility to have those interconnecting back and forth with each other that they could do. I think that'll be awesome. The suit.
The suit is definitely different.
Different suit. Big white logo. Big white logo. I think it's strange. But I also think the story, I think we're going to learn a lot more about this Peter Parker and why his decisions in the suit are reflected in his suit. You know what I mean? And but you can definitely see parts of the movie Spider-Mans in that suit. All of them.
Especially like with the retractable lenses, like for the eyes.
Yep. Like that's from Tom Holland from Civil War. And then you've got he's got the grips on the bottom of his shoes, like in the Amazing Spider-Man. And then he's also on the back. He's got the Sam Raimi symbol from those movies on his back. And so it's great that they're respecting every iteration of Spider-Man and putting them into this one game. Anything else you want to touch upon with this game?
I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. It's going to be a great game, guys. Leave a comment below what you're looking forward to, what you want to see, what you hope Insomniac puts in there. Like, comment, share. We'll be back with more discussions, more reviews, especially more about Spider-Man PS4 closer to its release. No release date yet, unfortunately. But Insomniac doesn't take too long to make their games. They're usually pretty good. So yeah, that's what we got for you today. Stick around, watch some more videos. Check us out. We'll always have more for you. Adios.
See ya.